Child. Anyway, so
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Jaden, and I am not just Pleakley's wig. I'm Pleakley's good wig. The
Right.
bouncy bob. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see which wig I am talking about. The bouncy bob that gagged. I think this was the first wig. Like when he first came down, and like something had happened. I forget. And he found it, or like it bumped onto his head. No, remember this was their disguises, or what's his name? I forget his name. He had on like a toupee, and it fell on
Right.
Pleakley's head,
Oh, okay.
and it
Yes.
turned into a bob, and it
Mhm.
was just sickening. And ever since then, we've had the alien superstar that we had.
That's so true. That's so good. That's so accurate. I'm really mostly impressed at your knowledge of the movie's plot. I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch in a good minute. It's a great film. Don't get me wrong. That's not shade towards the girls. It's just they don't sing enough or really at all in that movie,
No,
do they?
it's not a musical.
Yeah, I only keep the girls on rotation that sing a little something.
Oh God.
And that's why I've only seen Brave once.
Wow,
My
that's
name
all.
is Amira. Exactly. That movie, who knows what happened. My name is Amira, and I have to get serious. It's about to be that season. Well, we're already in that season, that money spending season. And I don't know if the people on the internet know, but I'm expecting a Zora. My sister's having a little daughter. So I'm having a niece. I only have nephews right now, so I'm excited to have a niece. So I obviously need to really get about my money. So right now, if you're on YouTube, you see that I'm placed myself in a money vault because you have to surround yourself with where you want to be. If you can see it, you can believe it, and then it becomes your reality. So I'm currently in a money
Why does it
vault.
look empty?
Jaden, because the money is on me. I'm holding the money. This is just
And
like the
it's
chip
locked
thing.
away.
This is just like the chip thing. How come there's no chips in the vending machine?
But
Baby,
like you're
I'm in the
outside of
vending
it,
machine.
but
I'm
you're
the
outside
money.
of you are outside of it, and it's locked behind you, gated up and empty.
Jaden.
Girl,
No,
what are
girl,
you
first of all,
trying to
it's not
tell
empty.
me?
Hold on, Jaden. Do you think that the bank has the money just sitting out on the table? Baby, it's
No,
in
but
these
give me
little oh,
something.
you can't see where I'm pointing. I'm like touching my screen like you can see it. It's in there. It's in this little it's locked away in
Well,
there.
normally
Baby,
that's where the
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 first
the
step
lock
is
boxes are.
being there. I have to be in the place, baby. So when they
Mm,
open it up, I'm ready. I'm ready.
mm.
TD Wachovia. Uh uh uh
Wachovia is no longer a place.
Exactly. TD Bank, Wachovia, Chase, Bank of America. They're not just laying their money out on the table for any old. I have on a hoodie right now. Do you think they're going to just open up their money vault to me? Please. I don't look.
Mm.
Please, not you. Not you today. Please. I'm wearing a hoodie. I can't take it off. I do not want to be sweating. Don't get me worked up, Jaden. Where are we?
Okay. We're You're in the vault, but we're on a
Hello.
show that we like to call and Pleakley. So anyway,
Anyway.
okay, with Jade
With Jaden and
with Jaden and Amira. Yeah.
the best to ever do it. Jaden, wait. Speaking of Jaden and Amira, it's you, me, and somebody's AirPod. Have you been getting that notification? Because I need to know that it's a glitch. I need to know that it's a glitch. I keep getting notification, well, keep as in twice, that ooh, an AirPod has been detected and it's been with you for the last 10 blocks or something. It's been with you for since 7 p.m. And I'm like, did somebody drop a AirPod in my bag? You look through all your stuff, there's no AirPod. Baby, what is going on? Apple,
Do you have
you're
AirPods?
scaring me. I do, but girl, You know I ain't opened those things in a minute. They're
Well, that's probably what it is.
upstairs.
Oh, they
No,
don't
no,
go
no,
around with
no.
you.
Girl, they not leaving the house for what? They're not getting opened. No, no. One time, somebody I was with opened their AirPods, and then it started tracking that. But this time, I was by myself at night, walking alone from the train. I'm like,
That's terrifying.
I woke up and it was like, girl, since 8:57, somebody been with you. So then I'm like, because you know how the location's not pinpointly accurate to where you actually are. So
Mhm.
sometimes it'll be moving on the screen, but you're just sitting still. So I was thinking that my location was the person's location, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's moving. It's moving. But it was really just me. Anyway, that's not even my moment of the week. Let's get into because we had a time. My week was a mess.
Mm.
Well, moment of the week. This is where Jaden and I are like, girl, what has been going on? And it's
I'm
like,
so scared about the AirPods.
how
I can't
anyway.
stop thinking about it.
No. I had to.
Okay.
I had
'Cause I'm
to.
like, there's a
I
person
had to.
standing in your home with the
No,
AirPods.
I had to put me first, and that's why I'm in the vault. I'm
Mm.
locked away. They're like, why isn't there money in it, baby? Because I'm the precious jewel that needs
Because
protecting.
yes, because you're running from an AirPod, which is real.
And it's like, why wouldn't it be an air tag, baby? You're not getting this AirPod back.
Well, AirPods, you can leave one and you can listen to.
What? Jane, you don't. I already told
Wait,
you.
no. I think I made that up.
You need to
I
have
think
made
it's you can leave your phone and listen through your AirPods, or you can leave your AirPods and listen. One of them is true.
For my sanity, let's pretend neither of those things are true.
Okay. There's no such
Because
thing as
there's
an AirPod.
literally, well, first of all, I don't even know what that is. Was an AirPod? Never heard of them. Also, none was found. I'm digging into the bottom of my bag, the bottom of my pockets, coming up with nothing but literal crumbs. And it's like, never mind. I can't talk about the brand because you know.
You know how they do. So let's
No,
just.
you
Yeah, you're
know.
right. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Moment of the week where we're like, child, anyway, just like we just did. Anyway, we're moving on. I had no choice with this one, Jaden. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go first since you've already got me like worked up.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you, girl. So after a very long, ridiculous day, and I missed my train back. I know, please don't say anything about the train. I missed my train back to Philly from South Jersey, whatever. And this is not one of those like, oh, it runs every 15-minute trains. This is one of those, oh, you missed the 6:30, catch the 9:47 type of trains. So I missed it by literally 2 minutes, aka they were running 2 minutes early, whatever. So I'm like pissed. And my sister, who was the one who drove me to the train, is like, well, we got to eat some food. I need a Burger King fry. Mind you, she's pregnant, so don't come for my sister. So she's like, I
Right.
need some fries from Burger King. And I'm like, well, girl, now you know me, Jane, and I know you. I used to crack back on an Impossible Whopper. So I'm like,
Okay.
and
Used
she's
to.
also the one who coupon code queen. Remember that hack she gave us about the coupon codes. So we get to the window. Of course, she's pulling up her PDFs of coupons. She's
Efficient.
like, why is the Impossible meal $13? Not for some
Mm.
fake meat. So she's like, just a second to the lady at the window. And she says over the microphone, your second is up. How about a minute? Oh,
Ah,
I see we're at the Apollo. Comedians on. Like, what is
like,
this? So we're like, okay, a minute then, I'll take it. So she pulls up her file. She said, okay, so I have coupon code 9070501. This meal, how much would it cost to switch the patty to Impossible? Hold on a minute. Yeah, a minute. And then a man comes on. What's the coupon code? She repeats it. The upcharge is like $2.49. So we ended up saving like she paid for it. She ended up saving like $1. But I'm like, go ahead, girl, save your dollar. Put that card up. Go ahead and put that PNC down. So, So I pull up to the window. My sister also got a fry, whatever. She's pregnant. So I get back home with my little food, and we're still ranting and raving about the ridiculous day we had. And I pull my sandwich out of the bag, and I'm like, this is ordinarily cold. The fries are hot, but the sandwich is cold. I'm like annoyed to even have to report this next part. Whenever I get a hamburger or whatever, you gotta crack it open to see what's inside. Like you gotta make
Okay.
sure that the lettuce is where the lettuce is supposed to be. Because also with
Quality
impossible,
control.
hello, I'm also nervous sometimes that like they accidentally put beef down, and even though all the girls can tell the difference, I'm convinced I just cannot tell the difference. I'm like,
I really
which one
can't
is
either.
the beef? This Play-Doh looking block or this clear hamburger? I can't tell. So I open my sandwich. Jaden, tell me why there was no patty on this bun at all. Just salad and mayonnaise. Just and I knew you would gag at this part. And Jaden, please also explain to me why it was two bottom buns.
They meant impossible Whopper. Like it's impossible to eat it because it's not there.
Impossible with an apostrophe. Like what? Oh, uh, I just, I was beside
That's it.
myself. No,
No.
disgusting.
They played and they
They
did that on
did.
purpose. There's no other no.
No.
You can't make that sandwich and then be
How
serious
you,
about it. Like
how
it
you
has to be a
forget?
joke, it has to be malicious, and it has to be like intentionally rude because there's no way
It's
I sat there and took the time, effort, and labor to put two bottom buns together with a Caesar salad in the middle and put it out the window. Like there's no way. There's no way that that was like, oh my bad. There's no my bad. This was
no.
this was sick and dark.
Sick, twisted, disgusting. And the problem with doing this podcast, see now you're in it, is that whenever these foolish things happen, when I would usually be like ready to flip the BK playpen over, I'm like, oh, Jaden's gonna gag at this one.
Oh,
Jaden is gonna be sick. I literally said to my sister, oh, Jaden's gonna laugh at first, then he's gonna be like
I'm gonna
mad.
be
He's
pissed
like,
off
actually, I'm
because
pissed.
I
Like,
am
what?
pissed.
But Jaden, it's not even done. The story's not even done. So, like I told you, the next train comes for a good minute. So it's like, okay, when it's time to go, we'll leave a little early so we can go and get the new thing. And my sister's all about an inconvenience fee. She's good for a, can I get something for my inconvenience? Can you throw in a this for the inconvenience? She learned it from
See,
her mother and her
she picks
father.
up
I
where
can't blame her. So we get there, girl. We pull up to the spot. And he's like, welcome to Burger King. Well, can I help you with a different person? And my sister's like, I was here earlier and I got an impossible whatever, and there was no bun. The man goes, this is how you know it was intentional. He goes, okay, do you want cheese? Well, no, just the impossible whopper with the patty this time. Okay, pull up, I'll remake it. I'll remake the whole meal. What? So we pull up, there's no like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. I'm so sorry. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna just remake the whole meal. Yeah, it's fine. And my sister's like, well, can you throw in? She said, I'm 9 months pregnant and I had to leave my house again. Could you throw in a milkshake? Milkshake's always
I
gonna
knew it
be a
was I
it's
wait
always
because
gonna be a milkshake.
I sat here and when she
Mhm.
started to say, "Can I throw in something?" I knew it was going to be a milkshake. I knew.
Yeah. You knew if you know her, you know it's gonna be milkshake. So she's like, can I have a milkshake or something?
Because I too would have said milkshake.
This because their milkshakes are good.
Fantastic.
Hello. This nasty old nasty man has the nerve to look my pregnant black sister's face in the face and say, ooh, looks around. I'm gonna throw in some cookies because the fries ain't here. I was supposed to save the whole meal. I didn't think you was remaking the whole meal. How about keep your nasty fries and give me the milkshake and the hamburger? First of all, at this point, I didn't even want the hamburger, but it was like, I know they're not gonna give her money back. Slash, I do want something for my inconvenience. So I need something. So he's like, okay, just pull up and I'll just bring the stuff. Then he comes out with a sandwich, and I already done said I didn't want no darn cheese. Not for no reason other than I just was like, just give me what I wanted. Of course there's cheese on the sandwich. Of course. And then he remakes the whole meal, including my sister's fries. So now we have 2 fries, a hamburger, no ketchup, because my sister's not a ketchup girl and she forgot to ask. And 4 cold end of the night, we throwing them away anyway. Cookies. Jaden, why
Because
would you?
the machine was down, so they're
I
like,
know
"Yeah,
it
babe, we
was.
already wiped the machine down. You're not getting
No,
no
for sure.
milkshake."
No, for sure. And I just want everyone out there to know that if you've ever had your order wrong, I see you. I feel you. You're not alone. And the most annoying part is that, before you pull up, you're checking that bag. Now you're telling me I got to unwrap sandwiches too?
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
bite into it.
doing that. I'm
Mind you, this is what you get because Burger King is on the boycott list.
And you know what?
Well, it's not on the main one. It's on like
No, but it is, because after I ordered with my sister, I remember a conversation I had with friends where they were like, if they start having impossible chicken fries, I'm gonna have to eat there. And the other person was like, so you're willing to just give it up for some chicken fries? And then that was after I ordered. And I was like, oh, I know my sister. She's not gonna feed me if I don't eat here. I have no choice. So that is on me. Burger King. Now they're really done. I mean, they were done before, but now they're double done.
like the 2 buns on that sandwich.
Can you believe that's the most disrespectful part?
That's the most disrespectful part in the entire thing. Not only to mention that you go back and he already knows that it was messed up. Like, that's sinister. Like, I'm so
waiting
sorry
for you.
You come back and like, we just came, and you even have to approach it like, this is awkward. Not awkward in like the an encounter. It's like,
right.
This feels awkward. Like,
right,
why?
something is off.
Okay, we're back here because we asked for a Impossible Whopper and there was no Impossible nor Whopper. There was just bread and ingredients, like, with no meat. No, y'all couldn't even put cheese. Y'all couldn't even make it a grilled cheese.
And then I would have been like, okay.
I'd at least been able to settle, but like, I would not have forced to come back here. But 2 bottom buns with lettuce, tomato, mayo, and
pickle
dreams, like, and that's it. No, excuse me. And then he's like, come on back up, baby, because you didn't have to go much further. I know what you got.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I recognize the plates. Come get it. It's already made.
Right.
Throws the patty out the window.
Assemble it. He's like, yeah, pulling up. We knew you would come back. Like, wait.
It was a test. Like, girl.
Now, what if I didn't come back?
What if
we really just want to get ready?
What if we were on a road?
We knew you were coming back.
Yo.
That's what it was like.
Waiting, yeah.
And if the camera see that we just giving out cookies, this is not gonna be good.
You're so right, Jaden. You're so right. I gotta tell.
We didn't expect y'all to drive far away before y'all realized.
Yeah, we thought you were gonna eat in the parking lot. Okay,
right.
Sure. Took you longer than we'd like, but okay. Welcome back. Here's your cookies.
We thought you were never going to lead a drive-through.
Right. I've seen your type. Yeah, I knew she was pregnant. I thought she was gonna eat it here. What? Sue me. Jaden, you're right. What's your moment of the week?
That. My moment of the week came last week. Of course, it has to do with work. There's probably other things that happened, but I cannot remember. There's definitely something else that happened, but I cannot discuss it.
And it's good. Jaden, you might have to write into the show anonymously.
Later on.
Yeah, later.
It just has to be random. Like, I can't be like, oh, next time I'm gonna do it. Like, no.
No.
When it pops up, it'll pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I don't know. This is a tough crowd.
It is. It is.
Yeah, child. Y'all hard to please.
Oh, for
I
sure.
will get dragged. That's kind of the
It's
motto.
strict.
Mm. So basically, as you know, if you've listened to the show before, I at my job was getting overtime. And we know that overtime was the reason for the season. Like, especially right now, like, isn't it sick that we aren't basically the premise of this whole in the premise of this whole thing, and the reason it's my moment of the week is because we no longer get overtime. We now have to flex our time. And so if we work an event that's maybe later in the day,
Mhm. Mhm.
we have to remove that time from somewhere else in our schedule so that it equals 40 hours a week.
Oh my gosh,
And
Jaden.
I'm like, it's pretty sick to me that this is coming right before the holiday season where people would need the overtime instead of, I don't know, 6 months ago when we're busting our behinds for overtime during a time where we didn't need any of it. Like where 40 hours a week would have just sufficed. But
Mhm.
now that we're in the season where people have to be like mass buying and well, people think they have to be mass buying, mass shopping, mass spending, traveling is probably happening more. Like all these things now we're not overtime's out the window. We can't get overtime no more. Interesting. And I just feel like I'm not necessarily pressed about it because I was trying to do this anyway. Of like, I haven't worked overtime in a
Oh.
little while. Like
Mhm.
and if I did, it was probably like a Saturday event or something like that. That was more than likely mandatory because as of now, like, leave me alone. I don't want to work no
No.
extra. And I'm not necessarily mad at this only because okay, if I work Saturday, I'm leaving early on Thursday, or on Friday, I'm coming in late, or like I'm well.
You was gonna.
We're
Let's stick to leaving early. Let's stick to leaving early.
well, yeah. I would leave early, like Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, whatever day, and it's like
Mhm.
maybe this is beneficial. Maybe now I'll be able to reclaim my time and get back to me.
Yes.
Like have some more time for the things I want to do outside of that place
Actually,
of
yeah.
labor.
Yeah. That'd
You
be
know what I'm saying?
awesome.
Like, um, uh, and I just be able to,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
um, I will really just be able to like, have more control over my schedule outside of this place
My
because
question
what?
is,
Go ahead.
go ahead, I remember it.
Okay. Um, it's just I think over time, it being the option caused me to lean into it more.
Yeah.
Like how often would I have picked it if it wasn't always offered? Like it was treated like an always thing. So it was
Yeah.
never, like it was never up for debate whether you can get it or not. So now that it's like a let's not, it's okay. But it's like a okay, like I have no problem with that. But
Mhm.
it's the removal of the at the time. I think the time of it being removed is
With no
sickening. I don't
discussion,
with no it was just like there's no more overtime.
like,
Prepare your work weeks.
prepare your bank statement. I mean, like, come on now. My landlord
Which
doesn't care about this new policy.
no, and which we told them, we were like, how's that gonna work? Because sometimes if you work on a Saturday, it's the end of our pay week. Or
Mhm.
like say you're planning to work on Saturday and you already took off Tuesday because this is your pay week and our pay week ends on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It ends on Saturday, starts on
Mhm.
Sunday. And like unless it's like in the midst of the pay periods,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you're supposed to work Saturday and you took time off Tuesday, but your Saturday event gets canceled, what then?
You're looking silly. You still my question is, you guys, the pay week is weekly? So it's like weekly or biweekly?
Bi-weekly.
Okay, my next question is that was a question I just came up with. The question I was going to ask before is one Saturday event long enough for one day of work, or is it like
No,
you're leaving early?
you're usually leaving early because it's like 4 hours
Ugh,
sometimes.
so annoying. And then my comment about that is I feel like I don't know how this logistically would work. It would have to be an honor system, but also it's like it's your money, so play if you want. I feel like instead it should just be a like create your own schedule type of thing where it's like you're gonna have to get to 40 by the end. So it's like whatever however you want to do it, whenever you want to come in, as long as the work gets done and you have 40 hours a week. Now, of course, if the work doesn't get done and you only have 23 hours a week, that's literally your job and also your money that you're playing with. So,
Right,
and then my other thing is I'm kind of in two minds about the overtime business because number one, on one hand, if it were the thing of like we want to make sure our employees are not overworking, we want to make sure that they have enough time to do what they want with their lives, then I feel like the cap should be 35 hours a week and the pay should be such that it doesn't matter, like they should
right.
increase the pay so that it like makes up the difference. Like if you were to work let's say 60 hours. Now we have a 35-hour work week, but everyone's pay has been increased to, make up the difference of that. Because to me, I'm in the mindset of like, you shouldn't, I mean, I'm sure you're actually in the exact same mindset where you shouldn't have to need overtime to pay your bills and to
Okay,
like get your kids gifts and be able to open them in the lights in a heated house. So
okay,
I feel like, overtime in general is already trifling. Like the fact that it exists for reasons other than like elves, like it's close to Christmas and we got to get these gifts made because otherwise it's like not deep. Um, I'm in two minds about it. But in the world that we live in and the situation that we're talking about, since none of those things exist here, that is super trifling. This is not about you because just in case anyone from your job listens, but just anyone listening who feels like this could help them. Remember a while back when you were like, it's time to strike? And I said you should lead it and organize it. It might be not for you, but it might be time for someone listening at their job to start thinking about a
yeah,
union or something. Start rising up because you're not about to tell me that last week's check was, let's say, 950 after tax and this week's pay is going to be 650 after tax. Girl,
right.
you're playing because I don't want to work
And
these stinky old Saturday events.
absolutely not. And sometimes I would work overtime just so I can get what my check was owed. Like if
Yes. Yeah.
like I would do 84 hours, so the 4 hours would go straight to taxes.
Oh, I forgot this is 2 weeks. Woo!
Like, girl,
Oh my god. I'm good for how many Saturdays do you work? Okay. My bad. That was on me. That was on me. But no, yes, what you were saying about the 4 hours for the taxes, that's very real. That's very real.
we must move on because now I can't even discuss it no more.
But wait, let me just say that because I completely resonate with that, except for me, it's not even, and this is so sad and sick. For me, it's literally like me trying to get extra minutes. I'll be like, oh, let me get to work at 7:35
Mm,
instead of 7:40 so I can clock in 5 minutes earlier so I can get 20 extra minutes at the end of the week. Like I'm walking out the building slow so I can clock out like later. It's ridiculous. We're 28 minutes in. It took us a while to get here, but we are here. Capitalism. It's sick. We all are suffering.
I watched a YouTube video earlier that was 5 minutes long, and I went on a 15-minute ride. So I don't know what time it is, how time exists, but I was like, this video is 5 minutes. I've I just drove all the way from the store to my house. This is not a 5 minute drive.
This morning, I was listening to Brandy's Top of the World. And before I even got to like my commute was over, the song wasn't over. And I'm like, this commute is supposed to be a little bit longer. It's supposed to be at least a song and a half.
Like,
Something I I can't say too much about it, but something is going on. How was your holiday, Jaden?
It was good. We never got to talk about the genocidal
Brunch.
holiday, but
Well,
in the brunch. So did I tell you we ended up cooking? I said that we were
mhm,
cooking.
mhm,
So something that we decided while we were planning the brunch, we was like, what if we still did a traditional Thanksgiving dinner? Like,
mhm.
we was like, let's do brunch at 11:30 or so, and then let's do dinner at like 6:30. And
Cute.
how I said it was like the brunch is our main intention. Like we want everyone to come to the brunch. We're gonna do the games. We're gonna do everything at the brunch, and then dinner. People are gonna go to other homes, whatever, and whoever's left is gonna be more like whoever's around. We have dinner too if y'all want to
Mhm.
stay here to eat. Um,
Sweet.
that's not what ended up happening. It's almost as if the dinner became the important one where everyone showed up to.
Mm.
It was very much a Jesus, loaves of bread and fish kind of thing. Very, we made however much was there and it spread out. I don't know how it spread out
Oh,
amongst all
come
the people.
on. Feed the 5,000 with your 3 loaves of bread.
It was probably 20 of us, maybe like 22. That's kids included. Um, and the food held up. Everybody had some of everything, and I'm like, you know what? It was perfect.
Look at God.
But I just wish we were so tired, and we realized how much work goes into Thanksgiving. You know how that go.
Yeah.
Um, then go to bed till like 5 a.m. Then, well, the night before, then woke up crack of dawn so we can get to the store
Mm-mm.
for some last minute runnings. And we also had to run around people's homes because there was stuff we were missing. Then come back, started cooking. We had tried to put it in like teams. The cooking part was fun because it's you, all your cousins,
Yeah.
you're all cooking. We all
Mhm.
like yelling about stuff, laughing about stuff, music playing, like whatever. Um, like try this, taste this, and would that look good? We think it to be in here a little longer. Somebody come try this chicken. Somebody try this. That's fine. So I can dress, I can change. Then the family comes over. They're, oh, this looks good, and da da da. You know how they do. And just everyone's just proud that the youth were like stepping up and doing it. Then we play games. We play like bingo and like paper games. Like
Mhm.
I forget what they're called, but it's like when the B4 thing or like the out of time. So it's like the word out or no.
Um.
It's like running is out of like the word time or some
Oh,
shit.
oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. They're
You
like
know what I'm saying?
word, like yeah. They're like
And
I'm
guess who
also
won that?
forgetting what they're called. Of course you did.
Everybody else was
Arcade.
like, everybody was looking like, what is this? And I'm like,
Mhm.
I love these.
Yeah.
Like
I
I've always
can't,
loved those.
I
I'm thinking
can't
about
remember
them
what
more than
they're
I probably should.
called.
Me neither. And that's why I never play them because I can't look them up because I don't know what they
Yes.
are.
Okay. So people that are listening, if you're still not getting it, it's one of those ones that you used to do in middle school where the teacher would like have these things on the board where it'd be like the whole alphabet and the letter L is missing, and it's like it's Noel, and you're like,
Yes.
oh, or where it's like it's Bigfoot or whatever because there's a Bigfoot
Right. And
drawn on the
it's a
board.
big
You know.
foot with big font. Like
Yeah.
um
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I don't remember what they're called. Puzzles. Somebody's at home screaming like, "You idiots." It's called
whatever.
easiest whatever.
I refuse to look
Okay,
it up. I refuse to
oh,
look it up
no.
because I
But
just
what
don't
would you
want to.
type?
Exactly. Bigfoot, like no, then you're gonna be staring at Bigfoot all day. I could probably figure it out pretty easily still.
Hashtag. We'll figure it out
Um,
tonight later.
and then we
Um,
made Thanksgiving dinner, but I was
mhm.
so exhausted. I had to go lay
Wait, you
down.
guys
Like
made
I
dinner during the day? Like,
yes,
after the oh, bless your
after
heart.
the breakfast. Luckily,
Mhm.
the night before we were up late prepping. Like we were doing a
Okay,
lot of
good.
like prep work
Mhm.
and whatever. And also luckily we had the brunch. So like my grandmother was there. She helped me with the stuffing. She helped my baby cousin with the mac and cheese. Like,
Oh, that's sweet.
and then we also asked some of the elders to do the meats or like do some other dishes. Like we'll do all of brunch and we'll make some of like the dinner, but for some like the things that we don't know how to make, and I think would need like we need to watch somebody make this first. Can somebody else make this?
Wow.
So it came together very well. It was a beautiful event. We took like family pictures. My cousin bought everyone like pajamas, so we did like matching pajama photos and whatnot. So it was very sweet, and we had a Secret Santa that those who opted in to do it, we
Oh
did
my
it that
gosh.
day. Yeah, I was so tired the whole next day, just sleep.
That sounds like a blast. I'm tired just listening to it. That's 3 separate events in one day. 3 tiring separate events.
Like brunch and dinner and like
Hello,
games and
and games. Oh, 4 events because I was talking about Secret Santa. That's a whole event. Jaden, I'm also really proud of you guys. Like, that is no small feat. 2 big major meals.
mm,
I'm so impressed. And the collaboration it had to have taken. Everybody had to
yeah.
be on their best. Don't try to catch an attitude today. We're working together as a team, sweetie. I'm so impressed. Wow.
Thank you. How about you?
Child, I made me some deviled eggs and called it a day. Okay. Well, I went to my mother's house in New Jersey. It was very lovely. A couple of my cousins came up from North Carolina. And it was just, my immediate family, my sisters, nephews, and my cousin, and my mom, of course. And we just ate, my sister's husband. We just had food, 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 food. It was lovely. Then I'm like you, I was able to sleep. I'm like, girl,
Mm,
try somebody else. Then the next day is Black
not bad.
Friday, of course, whatever. My sister needed a printer, so we went to go get one, whatever. Then we ate more food. It was just truly sleeping and eating
I love
and
that.
a little talking here and there, movie here and there, but mostly the focus is on I need to lay down. I need to lay down.
And I need a plate. And then after this plate, I need to lay down.
I know. And my mom is like, "Oh, we're gonna have food for you to be able to take home." I'm like, "Girl, if I'm staying here for 3 days, baby, there's not gonna be any food to take home."
And if I am staying here for 3 days, I don't want to take no food home. Like,
Hello?
y'all know I'm gonna microwave.
Why would he say that? True thing about me. Because no, how do I get in it? How do my 7-in-1 air fryer get in it? Don't make me bring her up here. Yeah,
What's that over
yeah.
there?
Yeah, I bet. So
Ooh,
overall, really
not an air
lovely.
fryer.
Tracking. Let's get into the catch. This is where Jade and
Let's.
I are catching you up on the stuff happening in our lives, in your lives, and maybe Beyonce's lives, everybody's lives. We're just like, we got to fill you in, and we've been waiting for 2 weeks to do so. You would not know it from the topics because it doesn't give we've been waiting 2 weeks. It gives first things first, follow us on Instagram at Child Anyway Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Child Anyway The Podcast and Twitter at Child Anyway Pod. First things first, shout out to everybody that has Child Anyway The Podcast in your top whatevers for Apple Wrapped or Spotify Wrapped. Are they both called Wrapped? No, they can't both be
No,
called Wrapped.
Apple Replay.
Well, her. It's always so shocking to see that, and it's so special. It warms the heart. It's like, wow, you guys aren't just talking about it; you're being about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you just like, oh, I listened last week. No, baby, you're listening every week.
Yeah, you're in the top percentage of. Now hold on. Did you see people's like Spotify Wrapped? Are you on Spotify or are you on Apple Music?
I'm on Apple. You know I'm on Apple, girl. Come on.
I figure, but you never know. The girls be
I
crossing
literally
lines
sent
and
you
boundaries.
my Apple
Oh yeah,
top 5. We talked. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. Did you see the Spotify Wrapped?
No, I didn't see
Like
the theme
anyone's?
music. Mm-mm.
I don't necessarily know what the theme was, but they would do like artists was sending videos. Like they would have like a thank you so much for
Oh my
listening to me and
gosh.
streaming my music this year. Like I'm so grateful that
Uh-huh.
the girls were able to see.
That's nice.
And y'all ate that one thing. Like when I say that one thing, I mean like the A. Marie song. Like that one thing. Like and nothing more than that. Like y'all music quality is trash, but y'all rapped, it's everything. Like
It
y'all
is.
pay
It
these
is.
artists next literally a penny, but they're going to show up to do whatever thing because they just want to say Spotify.
Actually, they did not eat that one thing. I'm sorry, can't give them that either because they did steal that idea from an intern.
Well, I knew that.
So that intern ate that one thing. And I guess Spotify ate it up
They had
first.
the video from the artist was on there too.
I don't know, but the whole idea,
The
they
whole
never
Spotify rap, yeah.
this Hermione.
Which people have contested that like okay, like she made it for the company, they're allowed to do it. And I'm like, okay, like no one's talking about what they're allowed to do. We're talking about right and wrong.
Hello, we already know that laws don't indicate morality or what's truly good and what's truly okay. So that's nothing. Let your boss try something like that with you and we'll see what happens.
Right. Well, let's see how you feel.
Right. Anyway. Uh-oh, my good sister is frozen.
Always.
Always frozen. There's this one thing that's got me tripping. We're back. Y'all. Anyway, yeah, Spotify Wrapped. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I don't remember where we were, but
yeah, I don't care.
Who was your top artist?
Kalila.
Oh, yes, of course. I think my top artist was Beyonce or Whitney Houston or something.
Whitney Houston, I think.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure you told me Whitney Houston before I saw.
She's my top album, I think. Ciao.
I'm going to it.
I definitely screenshot it on my computer.
Oh, your top artist was Beyonce. Your top album, I'm Your Baby Tonight. Your top song, Metal by Emily King. I knew Emily King was on there somewhere. When you said, guess who? I said, I'm pretty sure it's Emily King.
And me to Sophie. To my friend, I was like, I'm on FaceTime. I'm like, Emily King is not gonna be on there. Back it up, sweetie. Yours is just like sponsored, right? It's just like same artist every time. Same best album, like, artist, song.
Yeah. And I don't know how that works because how's my top artist different from my top album or different from mine? I guess like, yeah, okay, you've listened to every album by this person versus you listen to this album the most, and then it's like, regardless of all that, you listen to this song the most.
Yeah, correct.
And my phone is like, the call's coming from inside the house. Like these three are all the same. Yeah. Your top song, your top artist, Kalila. Your top album, Raven by Kalila. Your top song, Contact from Raven by Kalila. So
I'm really impressed though. I am really impressed because I have been knowing you for a minute. I have been seeing your Apple replay for a minute, and it's never the same artist. Like, I couldn't guess. You embarrassingly guessed mine.
Yeah.
And it's like, I listen to new music, but it's like, I'm gonna have to keep going back to The Switch by Emily King. I'm sorry.
I'm Your Baby Tonight, one of the, like, an album that has been out for little decades, is in your top album.
Listen, when an album is good, you revisit that thing.
Well,
I remember exactly when it happened too. It was the replays. Technically, they stopped collecting data in October. Did I make that up right? They stopped collecting the data in October. Whenever it is, the month after, like December, November last year, I was listening to that album nonstop. I could not stop. Like, it just slaps. It just slaps.
Maybe I have to revisit it.
No, Jaden, you must.
Honestly, visit for the first time.
Okay, that's fair too. Do it, and you'll be like, because even when I'll be listening to it, like just casually, mom's like, I've never heard that song, and I'm like, baby, you was on the radio. You wasn't on the.
Yeah, the girls don't give what we give now.
You weren't on the
I'm
compact
always playing
disc.
something that the girls have never heard, and it's like, oh, I've never heard the song, but it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's track 6. You've only ever heard track 2.
The one with the star next to it. I don't know why I put this circular candy in my mouth, and now I'm trying so hard not to choke on it on this podcast.
Because you swear we're on FaceTime.
I know,
Anyway,
right?
because we have other things to discuss.
Speaking of choke, speaking of face and time, ma'am. Jaden recently, because I'm off Twitter most of the time. I've been banished by my mom. And so Jaden sent me like a bunch of stuff from Twitter, like girls, what the girls are up to. And it's just like, it reminds me every single time, this is exactly why I'm gone. It's just mess. People,
Yeah.
And of course, yes, we'll get to it. I know people have been saying we talk about things without ever talking about it or saying what it is.
So tired of us. And I love it.
We'll say it's like a little surprise. Like, what are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say this before we tell you what we're talking about. People on Twitter, they do not let you just exist happily, blackly, fatly, gaily, womanly, bleakly. Everybody, okay. At this point, you have to go to the YouTube and watch Jaden's face when he says "bleakly" because you really sounded like it was a real word. Bleakly. Don't forget bleakly. Anyway, yeah, Jaden sent me some mess from this couple. They're a couple, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be. You don't have a shared TikTok with friends.
No.
This couple and their TikTok is like Miss Netta and Charles. And yeah, I was at work and I did need to watch the video at work. I'm like, classroom full of kids, and I'm like, y'all need to be quiet because I need to know what Miss Netta's talking about.
Right.
So I'm watching this video. She's like cooking for her man or whatever. And that's the thing that gets me too. They're like, is this a man or a woman? Baby, and this is why we say reading is fundamental. Comprehension is right behind it. If the ad is Miss Netta and Charles,
and she screams Charles, who do you think Miss Netta is?
Who do you think Miss Netta is? It doesn't say Mix Netta. It doesn't say Dr. Netta. Miss Netta. The people are dense. The people are dumb. They're like, ooh, Miss Netta must cook great because...
Huh?
It reminds me of that video of that girl that's like, I'm smart. I work out. I pray to the Lord every day. I wear turtlenecks to the beach. And I don't have a man, but these stupid girls with big butts have boyfriends. Girls, because you a hater.
Jasmine Sullivan and her.
Please, with the Fashion Nova dress. Please, with the Fashion Nova dress.
Which she doesn't get enough disrespect for what she allowed to happen on that album, because I'm still not over the anti-blackness from Anderson .Paak.
I was just about to say.
I listened to it the other day in the shower. Anderson .Paak, the anti-blackness was outrageous.
She did not get enough slaps on the wrist because she did a lot. She really had some sneaks on that album. You're so correct. The Anderson .Paak thing. And when we first listened to it,
I know how you feel about the when she says I'll pay his rent if you all of.
No, that's gonna not be accurate for me. But her with that song was like, okay, girl, is it okay to be a hoe or not?
Like, how about you let me know that?
Can I be a hoe or not? Like, it's called Hotels. Not this is Samuel's baby because the baby black. And then to have an Asian wife on top of it is like, Anderson, please.
Get for real. Like, you're the one messing up your lineage, if anything.
Can we talk about it? So, Miss Netta. Woo, just is giving FaceTime for real at this point. Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah. So basically, when I saw Miss Netta on my TL, and I rarely use TikTok. And if you're watching on YouTube, please ignore the background. I'm trying to like micromanage it, and I'm just gonna have to.
We get it.
You know, there's a UFO. Here's there's a photo in the back. You have art. Like, we're all here. I see Miss Netta on my TL. Oh, and like I was saying, I'm not on TikTok as much. Like TikTok is my like doom app, so I rarely click it because when I end up on it, I just see all the things people have sent to me. I scroll quite a bit and then I leave out. Like I'm rarely on there. If you're trying to reach me and you're trying to reach me through there, girl, I must not like you that much. So anyway, on Twitter, I see Miss Netta cooking video, whatever. And I watched the video and I'm like, okay, like she cooked, she called Charles in, the dog is barking,
Girl, Charles.
and Charles comes and eats the food. Like, I'm confused. The comments, first of all, the comment on the original video is like something saying like, oh, he wilding out or something like that. Something to say like she don't look good enough for him. Because basically, Miss Netta is not conventionally attractive. And that's kind of due to her actual features of like dark skin, she seems like she's kind of tall. She's heavier. She also has like acne on her face. But then there's also like her transness and other parts of her. All to say, even like the gays are in the comments, like, I need to know if this is a man or a woman or all this stuff. And it first thing that came to my mind, y'all don't have to know if people are trans.
You
like,
really don't.
And I think y'all don't get that or understand that, like, you don't need to know. And I think about that often with like, even in like work. So say if I like hired a model who was trans, or interviewed someone who's trans, why do I have to announce their transness? Unless it's like preferred by them, I can just say like, this is a woman who, like, of course, if that's like your platform and that's what you are like trying to intentionally speak about, sure. But I'm like, I don't think that's really anyone's business. And I hate that when you see someone who could be quote unquote clockable, the conversation is around trying to figure out if they are a man or a woman. Like, y'all sound no better than the straight people doing the same
because
thing.
then once you find out, then what?
Then what? It's the same question of, are you gay or are you not? It's the same thing, because
And
you're
now
just
what?
trying to like pull this information and then do what with it?
Basically, you're like, let me think of how I can insult you and have it be accurate. What's the most accurate insult at this point? Because go ahead.
And it's just interesting how like you become someone else's bully in the same way that you were once that. Like, we all can, because the same day on Twitter I see someone, it was like a video of Nikki, Monica, and Keisha Cole, which whatever. And it was just like they were staring. It turned into a meme. It was like a meme of them staring at the camera. And it was like I feel like they about to ask me if I'm gay. And it's like, so you can identify with that. So you can, like, you have direct references to, you have something that pulled you right back into that moment. But then Ms. Netta gets on here to show us, mind you, she didn't put that video where it's at. She put it on TikTok.
And that is always so annoying when people take things from the original platform, from its small audience, from its people, and then just like expand that world, expand the people, that the reach, but not for a positive reason. It's like,
Exactly.
oh, this was Miss Netta and Charles's safe space. The girls on Twitter need to see this. Why?
And if you are on Twitter, you can have a video that is doing well on TikTok. It has great like responses, whatever. On Twitter, they are dragging you. Like, on Twitter, they are going on. And the other thing about Twitter, which I've discussed before on this podcast, people add their own nuance. People add their own like context of things. Because I'm like, y'all don't know these people. Y'all trying to say he's not happy with her, or like he must have got catfish and found out she can cook and better than his mom, so he stayed. What?
Just making up storylines.
You don't know them. And more importantly, they don't know you. What we do know is that you used $10 to get you a medium-sized pizza, so you ejaculated in a cup, so you can have a kid.
Now check
Check that.
Hello. And my thing is, what we do know in all seriousness is that they're happy. and you're clearly not.
You're clearly
It's
not.
poor whites kicking black people, black men kicking black women, these gay men kicking trans people. It's like, baby, somebody does not have to be beneath you. What's the quote? If someone has to be
if
on their,
I
go ahead, come on, reader, come on, reader.
if someone has to be on their knees for you to be tall, I don't know the end of it.
Something if you don't have to be on their knees for you to be tall.
Someone has to be on.
We knew the quote. We knew how it started. A good
you...
friend of mine has a poem about it, and I should know it because I've listened to the poem quite a bit.
Then you have a serious problem. That's it.
That's
then you
what
have a serious problem.
Okay, yeah, then you have a problem. Like, why do you have to be like coming for Miss Netta and Charles for you to be like, see, I'm not as bad as them. Yes, I'm this gay black man that's super feminine that everybody makes fun of, but look at Miss Netta. It's like, please.
You're deflecting your own trauma. And it's frustrating because why can't people just exist? Like, y'all are nasty and vile people, and I keep tweeting this because that's what y'all are. Y'all are nasty. Y'all are evil. Every time you get a chance to be fatphobic, you take it. Anytime you get a chance to be transphobic, you take it. And that's dirty and that's disgusting to me. I hate when I see it on my timeline, I'm so quick to unfollow, so quick to block, so quick to mute, because it's just like, how dare you? How dare you think that someone exists in their life, living a happy life, cooking for her man? Like, clearly a man that seems to be doing well because she's excited to prepare a meal for him, excited for him to try it. But then she has to deal with coming onto the internet and seeing her beauty being challenged, her personhood being challenged. What? Because you're trying to clock her, and then you turn that into a meme, which I shared with Amira. The meme wasn't necessarily like a problematic meme. It was like, if I send you this, that means I cooked the dinner and the dessert. Like, the dinner and the dessert are both ready. Charles cooked. Yeah. Like, that's what that means. And I'm like, and I don't mind stuff like that. Though memification of people in general, especially children, is very concerning.
Oh my gosh. Where children are involved,
and especially because a lot of times these things are taken out of context.
Hello?
Like, I talked about it a while ago when we had talked about the Tank and the Bangas video with this somebody think I'm pretty. This boy in my DM say I'm pretty. Like, people are able to add their own conscious stuff and take and rip the actual nuance out. And it's like, this is a person crying and you're using it to like be horny on the internet. Or like, I've seen people use children's memes to be horny on the internet, and we're like, this is a child, this is weird. People are going through traumatic things and you're using it as a reaction post. And I'm not saying I'm absolved of it, but I know when things are appropriate. And especially as I've learned and starting to pay attention to it, like, some of these things aren't appropriate. These things aren't kosher. Like, y'all, you can't just do whatever, and then if someone actually calls you out on it, you're confused. You use a child's picture to react to a Real Housewives tweet. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why are you coming at this woman because you don't find her attractive? Why is her value only in her beauty?
To you, though, like, who
to you? Like, because clearly like, Charles has no issue.
You don't find her cute, so that's everybody's problem. That's her problem because you don't find her cute. What if I told you she doesn't care? What if I told you I don't care?
Evil. That justifies your statements, the things your degradation of her. Like, that's my thing. Like, not only are you saying rude and insensitive things, you degrade her. Like, you say there's no way she could be loved, and it's like, that's how you view love. That's how you view how you should be loved and why you aren't loved and why you are single. Like, let's actually unpack that. Let's unpack the fact that you think you're beautiful, but no one likes you, and you just can't put two together. And that's why every time you see like a fat woman with a skinny fine man or whoever, or who's deemed like socially attractive, it's like how he get her or how she get him, or like she better not bring him around me because I'm taking her man. And it's like, but you probably couldn't because
You
clearly
definitely couldn't.
he's absolutely fine where he's at. So what's the problem? I hate it. Like it's really abysmal to me, and it pisses me off every time. Like every time I see it, every time I see her on my TL, I can't be happy to see her content. Like because I'm instantly upset by the things that are going to be in the comment section that are going to be
Quickly,
surrounding
yeah.
this moment. Because imagine your first viral moment that you get, or not even your first, a viral moment for you of you showing love and you expressing love to your husband or your man or whoever or your partner, and it's being treated as if like you don't deserve this or you're ugly to look at. You what? Is this a man or a woman? I need to know. No, you don't.
That's so weird to me. Like for you, I can't even imagine sitting behind my keyboard and typing that. I need to know. You need to get a job, baby.
Mind you, you're
You
gay.
got too much free time.
You're literally gay. And I almost used the F word just now. You're gay.
I know you did. I saw it. I saw it in your
and
throat.
it literally like my lip switched. You're gay and this used to happen to you.
Used
like
to.
people get so far removed, okay? Because when you walk out of the conference room at work, they asking each other.
You're not switching your hips anymore. Why is that? You're walking different. You're talking different at work. Why? Because you don't feel safe there?
When people enter a new phase in life where they've learned to accept the thing about them, they easily forget like the thing that happened. As an oppressed person, you can become an oppressor.
Oh, yeah.
And we see that on a grand scale and a minute scale in this kind of situation. Because you were bullied because everyone thought you was gay and people needed to know. People had just had to figure it out because it was eating them alive. But then guess what? They found out, then did what?
Nothing.
And if they didn't do nothing, it was bullying you. So what
now we know what to call you, basically. And this is the kind of situation that my mom would be like, okay, y'all are doing too much. It's not that deep. But it is that deep. Because it's not just Miss Netta and Charles, it's the implication. Because if you're doing this to Miss Netta and Charles, who you think can't see the comments, so it's whatever, and you know the person on Twitter is going to have a laugh, in person, you want that same laugh. You're going to do the same thing in person. You're at Walmart pushing your cart like, ooh, look at them. I bet that's this. I need to know. Maybe people can see you stopping, staring, pointing, laughing. People can do all that. And just because Miss Netta has, I pray that she's one of those I'm not checking my comment girlies, because, you know, she has the love of Charles. I'm assuming she's happy cooking for her man. I'm assuming that still doesn't like balance out all the internet hate. Like people are real. And I can't stand when people are like, cyberbullying is not real because you can just turn off your phone.
No.
Number one, that's not how it works.
At this point, you can't. Because when they see you at the grocery store, they're going to cyberbully you. When they see you, or not cyber, they're going to bully you, or they're going to say something, or you'll at least be getting looks and stares, and that's uncomfortable as well.
It's so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. And it's so true what you're saying about like how quickly you forgot, right? Like before you became this socially attractive, fine man with a rocking body, you were something else. And people had something to say about it.
Yeah.
And you forgot. You've raised your status, you know, socially. You've got more social capital, and this is how you spend it. It's embarrassing. Really, really embarrassing.
And it's like,
if you're gonna be a hater,
like if you're billionaires, what would you look at that? Like we're in a low class status as well. Financially.
Maybe they hate you too. They hate you too. And if you're gonna be a hater, just like scamming, scam up. Just like comedy, punch up. Hate up.
Right.
Hate Robinette. Hate the US military. Hate the government funding these genocides. Like that's something to really put your energy, like have a nasty comment under Joe Biden's tweet. Miss Netta and Charles, I promise you, they really don't need it. And also, you know who don't need it? You literally gained nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Not even
you would think people are getting commissions something to post horrible posts, to be commenting such nasty things.
They are. Well, I tweeted about this, and I said how when Twitter started allowing people to get paid for their tweets, they started monetizing tweets. It's going to lead to this. Right. It's going to lead to fake tweets just to build engagement because people need money. And
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
right.
when you see, and I feel like now the algorithm is showing you things you won't like. Because why have I seen so many straight men on my TL?
What are they
I'm like,
doing?
they're tweeting words, and I'm like, these are
Oh
awful. Because I
my.
would read something and I'm getting irritated. I'm like, what is this? And why is this on my timeline? I'm like, is this a straight man? And I would look and it is. And he's saying problematic things. And I'm like, why is this here? And as soon as I go to respond, it's like, this is what the algorithm wants. It wants me to respond, to
Yeah, it
portray this
does.
person. Like, it's set up to do that. And you know what? I'm not going to give it that.
Here's what you need to do. Give it to God and come over to Pinterest, baby. We don't
Yeah,
have
it's
that shit.
honestly and we can tap into this really quick. I'm really about to take Twitter off my phone again and Instagram. You know how I get.
Take a
And
shot every
the
time.
reason currently, honestly, shut up. The reason currently that I want to do this is just because like I feel like I'm in a space of like motivation towards like my outside things. That it's like
Mm-hmm.
I want to build off this motivation. I want to use it. I want to press forward, but I can't stop scrolling on Twitter. But the reason I was hesitant to leave is because like being informed about what's going on in Palestine, and like
Yeah,
being
no,
informed
seriously.
about what's going on in Sudan, being informed what's going on in the Congo, Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii. Uh,
Etc.
I can't think of the other name. I can't pronounce other names off the dome. I need like a, I need to see the word before I try to pronounce it right
Hello.
now. But I'm also like, but now's the time to organize and mobilize and learn and like
Mm-hmm.
dedicate time to learning. Like put social media on my other phone as I did before, and use it to share knowledge, use it to share information. Not too
Yeah.
much. But it's just like I don't need to be there every second, but it's also like
No.
we need voices to uplift as well. Like we need
Yeah.
people reposting. So it's a weird like space to be in because
It
it's not
is.
like a
It is.
discomfort. It's not a discomfort of seeing the images. Like that's not what it
Mm-hmm.
is. And I want to make sure that's very clear. Like I'm not trying to remove myself from being in the midst of it. I just think the
Mm-hmm.
midst of it comes a lot of BS as well. Like I'm not just dealing with the issues with Palestine. I'm also dealing with people trying to talk about whatever that literally does not matter when there's literal genocide going on.
With an S, genocides. That is so true though about because like you and I are trying to move away from the app, but there are some people that are really seriously tapped in, and it takes people that are on that side of the internet to like repost it onto their side of the internet. You know, like
Exactly.
they might not have seen this, they might be getting push points from like pro-Israel things, so they're only seeing this. But it's like the algorithm is pushing this down, but everyone, you, I, other people that believe what we believe, stand where we stand, are pushing it forward. So it
Right.
really is a hard mix. That's why I said I'm off Twitter part time because sometimes I'll go on and like a couple of things and then get off because I'm like quickly I see some BS. So, but it is definitely a hard mix. I definitely think you should just put it on the other phone and get because it is hard. Like it's so easy to start scrolling. It's
Right.
so easy.
So
And that's what I like
especially
about
it's so
Pinterest.
easy to get pulled into Twitter because Twitter is such
Mhm.
its own universe
It's
of like
so easy to get pulled into
so many
Twitter.
people talking. So many people are talking all the time. And it's
And
like
there's
it's curated to you. So it's also things that you want to talk about and you would love to have an opinion on. But one thing I will also say when you take a break from Twitter and you come back, it's very foreign country. It's very like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm
and
gonna
you don't
stay.
even miss it. I don't know if
No,
you're
you
like this
don't miss
because
it.
because you're like you have because I remember back in the day, maybe 21 or 20, when you first were like, I'm deleting Instagram, I need a detox. And I was like, girl, I don't know how you can do it. I need it. I cannot delete it. I remember being like, wow, Jaden is so strong and impressive because I could not delete these apps off my phone because I needed to be on there. Like, and that's
Right.
just like, okay, it's giving addiction. Now I'm like, girl, I could care less. You sent me something on Instagram how many days ago? Baby, if it was a story, it's gone. And I
Okay.
don't care. And I
Just
love being in
screenshot it
that
and texted
place.
it to me.
No, seriously. And I love being in that place. And I think that you're also in that place where it's like you're on it sometimes when you want to be, but like you're not in the same, like, I need to be on there type of place where you wake up and you're like, let me just see. And you know, you have a problem when you go on Twitter and you refresh and it's like one more tweet than the one you saw last night.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so nobody tweeted anything for the 5 hours I was asleep. Okay, maybe I should read a book, walk outside
Yeah.
for a little
And
bit,
I
go to
think I'm
work.
getting to that point though, which is why I'm trying to stop it now of like
Mhm.
wake up, read. go on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, and it's becoming my in between time of everything, and not the good in between time of like I'm waiting for my food or I'm waiting for It's like every time I'm sitting down, my phone is in my hand. Every time I'm like idled, my phone is in my hand, and it's like I hate that. Like that doesn't align with what I want. It doesn't align with what I would say I stand for. I preach, and it's like I want to be out in the streets, mobilize my stuff. But it's like you find out about protests on Instagram, on
You
Twitter.
do. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
It's such a delicate balance, but that's the thing, because I'm sure that you have friends that are still very much attached, glued to their phones.
Yes.
You're going to have them let you know. Let me know if you see something, because I'm going to be gone for a minute. They follow the same page as you. They have probably similar curation to yours.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I may just do the other phone thing, because the great thing about the other phone was I would leave it at home, so it was
nice.
I would only be able to access it either first thing in the morning before I left, and that's usually like the newspaper. Like, hurry up, read in the morning, see what people sent overnight, because I'd be in bed at a certain time and everybody else be still up. Though I feel like I'm a part of that. Everybody else be still up currently, but like that's social media. Like social media leads to you being up later.
You have been up, and I be getting in the morning like, girl, I did not see this message. Doing up at 10:37 p.m.
No, girl, you be having that do not disturb on, and that phone be away. I don't know what you. I don't think you be asleep. I don't even think you be asleep, child. I think the phone just be tucked. The phone be asleep, but you don't.
At 9:38, baby, the eyes are closed.
Oh well.
Bed made. Speaking of Twitter, Jaden also sent me some more mess, and I'm like, okay, it must be Monday, because Jaden is sending that mess.
Oh, I love mess, and I love being upset about mess. So this one,
I don't rage sometimes.
I don't know who this lady is. Do you know who she is?
I had to Google her. She's from the morning show, and I feel like she was on The Good Wife. She looked familiar.
American actress. She was. I didn't see The Morning Show. The Good Wife, yes. ER. Snakes on a Plane. The Sopranos. Okay, so she's been around. Her name is Juliana Margulies. Child, good luck. Mama's been on a rant on the Back Room podcast. And I'm gonna play the rant. I'm not gonna play the full 45 minutes of that episode, but I'm gonna play the very problematic, very like egregious rant that she went on for y'all, so we can put you into the context of what we're talking about. Now you gotta share a screen, child. Oop.
I know technology is advancing, honey.
Hello. It didn't share.
Oh my gosh, we literally did a rehearsal of it and everything.
Has lost permission to capture the face to go to.
Oh, what have I done? Let me see.
No, it's not true.
Okay.
This is just I'm pop. Share screen, window, share. Girl, what? I'm gonna get tight. I'm gonna pull it.
Twitter.
Okay. So,
but will I be able to hear it? Click on it really quick.
If I can get to it, like, dang.
Their heads played
I can hear it.
Like a soccer ball on the field. There was a.
Wait, let me start over. Hold on.
Right.
It's those kids who are spewing this.
Okay. So we got it to work. Go ahead, Jaden. Play it for us, King.
Okay.
The use of pronouns.
It's those kids who are spewing this anti-Semitic hate that have no idea if they stepped foot in an Islamic country. These people who want us to call them they, them, or whatever they want us to call them, which I have respectfully really made a point of doing. Like, be whoever you want to be.
Mhm.
It's those people that will be the first people beheaded and their heads played with a soccer
Now, why are
ball,
we in it?
like a soccer ball on the field. You know, there was a film being shown by this Black lesbian club on Columbia campus, and they put signs up that said "No Jews allowed." And as someone who
Just for those who are listening in, it said no Zionists. And if you aren't aware, Zionist is not the same thing as Jewish.
plays a lesbian journalist on the morning show,
Oh wait, I want to
I'm
make sure you hear that part.
lesbian journalist on the morning show, and as someone who plays a lesbian journalist on the morning show, I'm more offended by it as a lesbian than I am as a Jew, to be honest with you.
Did you hear his chuckle? Because it was BS.
Yeah, because that
He's-
makes no sense.
You're not a lesbian. You
You just said you played one. Not
And-
played
and
with one. You played one.
you played one on a TV show, and so you're offended as a lesbian.
Because I want to say to them, you fucking idiots.
Oh,
You don't exist. Like, you're even lower than the Jews. A, you're Black, and B, you're gay. And you're turning your back against the people who support you?
Great.
wait. How are they the people that you're claiming to support them when you also just said they would be the first ones heads rolling like soccer balls? Number one. Number two, you just said they
In
don't
Palestine.
exist.
You saying in Palestine
Oh,
to be a
okay,
they
but-
them, they would behead you and use your head as a bowling ball. My thing is, why was Black lesbian such a charged word, like a
It really
charged
felt
phrase?
like a slur the way she said it. She
That will
put a
be the
lot of
first people
weight.
beheaded and their heads played with a soccer ball, like a soccer ball on
Soccer
the
ball,
field.
sorry.
You know, there was a film being shown by this Black lesbian club.
You don't know the name of the
Black
club? You don't know the name of the club? babe?
Lesbian club. Girl, you know it was called probably something just like that, but with the in front of it.
Right.
And my beef is none of that even makes sense, girl. What are you for real? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just basically insulted these people and you're like, we support you. You're lucky that we care. And that gets on my nerves where it's like, you should be glad we're supporting you because you're less than human. What do you mean
It's like,
you
wait,
don't? She said
This
you
is not
don't
the
exist.
argument to make.
It isn't. She said you don't exist. You're lower than the Jews. Which one is it? Do we not exist? Do the people not exist, or are they lower than the Jews?
And be clear.
And speaking to the microphone.
Sorry.
But you know what, Jaden? This goes back to what you were saying earlier. You played right into it because you were giving it so much engagement, and we're so enraged about it. The only thing is that we're not like actually engaging with it on Twitter in the same way.
Yeah.
But it is
And
like
this is the person who posted it was critiquing said thing. It wasn't like a clip from the whatever.
the podcast.
Yeah, it was a reaction to what was just displayed. My thing is, it's just interesting because someone who I think considers themselves non-binary or queer in some way said, "Did you see that TikTok where it's like, they kept telling me that hashtag they kept telling me that I'd be murdered in Palestine, so I went."
Oh yeah.
And the person went to Palestine and found such love and joy and community there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I think it's so funny that people forget where they live. You live in America, babe. They'll kill you in America. Like, certain places, you cannot go freely and be out and about. Some of our hometowns, you can't go freely and be out and about.
Most
Cities, maybe. cities maybe, and that's still
areas.
it's areas in the city or occasions in the city, like a pride or like a thing where people are still murdered for being gay.
It's so annoying when they're like the origin location, the home country of this, like where it originated. This form of hate originated in this place. The people of that place are like, if you go somewhere else, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna hate you, baby. You made that up. You're the reason that they hate us anyway. Like it's your media, it's your lack of information, it's your propaganda that is causing it's creating this hate. We
Right.
already know people are not born hating demographics of people for no reason. America, baby, you taught it. You taught this.
And you maintain it and you make sure it's maintained. Something I
America,
saw earlier,
UK, y'all, come on. This
y'all
is
have a
you.
problem. And what people don't realize is like these things are going to keep happening, like the genocides and whatnot, because the moment they stop happening, America falls. Because it relies on these atrocities and these acts to sustain itself. It was founded on imperialism.
Hello.
As definition, like creating an empire. It's founded on colonialism. It's founded on the extraction of places. The reason Africa is underdeveloped is because that's part of capitalism. They don't want to develop Africa. They don't want to. They want to strategically extract from it and leave it in a impoverished state. The Congo is the most rich in like natural elements in everything, like gold, so everything. It's the richest in the world. Why is it the poorest country in the world? Because capitalism has gone in and retracted everything from it intentionally and left it the way it is intentionally. Because if the people there understood how much power they would have, what? Huh? But then we get back to you, and you're sitting here telling me that if I were to go to Palestine, they would behead me, which is an even more ignorant thing to say because y'all lump all Muslim cultures together. Y'all like the entire quote Middle East is lumped into one big thing where you go there, you're treated a certain kind of way regardless. But it's actually, if I go to Israel, they're going to murder me because I'm black, because I'm gay, because I have a podcast and I said free Palestine. Like
you did say that.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's the danger, that's the threat. And y'all think Israel is synonymous with like Jewish or like Zionism is synonymous with Judaism.
Which makes no sense.
No, it literally makes no sense because
you made that up.
I think it's how we if it's the same thing, why is there two words for it?
Hello? Once more into the microphone. If it's the same thing, then how come? Okay.
If it's the same thing, why can one be one and not the other?
It's giving a rectangle is a square, but
and we're exhausted. It's really exhausting having to deal with these women and like these people who are trying to tell us that we would be murdered, and people are always trying to talk to us. Why?
But you know what's so annoying? Because and I really actually I was about to lie and say I hate to be this person, but that was a lie. It's so annoying because you can be killed, beheaded, etc. for much less in America.
Okay.
Baby, for literally nothing. And not even to sound like oversimplification for existing. Exactly. Not even to oversimplify or make it sound like so general, but that's a fact. For existing. You go on a vacation with your group of friends. Remember that story? The black lady who went on that slumber party with her friends? She did. That boy who they ruled it a suicide, who was rolled up in a wrestling mat, killed. Come on. It don't make no sense. And what were those reasons? What were the reasons for that? None? Okay.
They didn't condemn Hamas? Like, what is it?
Hello? Like, you're making up stuff. Like, to me, it's like you said earlier about something else. The call's coming from inside the house. The cell tower doesn't even get the chance to ping because it's the same house. It's the same house, baby. That's so annoying. Like, be Canadian or something. Be from somewhere else, because not America. Don't be from America talking about what other people got going on because your country is the best to do it. the best to do the worst. For real, please.
Like,
They literally wrote the book. Literally the blueprint.
and speaking of people who
Speaking of books, yup.
okay, because speaking of people who love to talk
Write
about
it.
Black people or other people facing things, Felicity Huffman, and I'm not going to spend too much time on you because I barely care about you for real, and I hope they give you the sentence that you deserve. Actually, she in Variety, she broke her silence about the entire. She was she was a part of the college thing that happened it was like last year, 2 years ago.
It was this thing where, and this is not something we all knew this, that rich people can basically buy their children into higher status in school, where it's like they have access to more tutors, but also they can just like finesse. I'm gonna pay for this building and now my child goes here. And they were like, okay,
Yes.
somebody lying, somebody scamming. So she was a part of that, and they were like, oh my gosh, because she spent a whole lot of money to send her daughter to a college she didn't even care about going to. Go ahead.
And sorry, this page.
She was on trial for it, which was quite funny.
Hello, I don't want the ad in my face. Can you close it?
Oh.
This Variety.com. Y'all really need to tighten up. So she was in conversation with Variety about having pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service mail fraud as a result of work. The justice system quotes around that, when it comes to locking up white women for their crimes or white people for their crimes, they start adding a lot of words to these things. Like,
they ain't gonna do it.
What is it? Honest service mail fraud. Huh? How is it honest service in a crime?
Scamming.
Oh, okay.
Like honest fraud. Come on, baby. That don't even.
Rick Singer falsified her daughter's SAT scores. He had a full operation going on, getting a lot of Hollywood stars, children, and elite children into schools by doctoring up their things. Whatever. So Huffman says, it felt like I had to give my daughter a chance at a future. Why couldn't you get her on? And so it was sort of like my daughter's future, which meant I had to break the law. Okay. After a year, he started to say, your daughter is not going to get into any of the college that she wants to. And I believed him. And so when he slowly started to present the criminal scheme, it seems like, and I know this seems crazy at the time, but that was my only option to give my daughter a future. And I know hindsight is 2020, but it felt like I would be a bad mother if I didn't do it. So I did it. Once the FBI, because I'm not going to spend too much time on that because it sounds idiotic and I don't have to, explain that to others. Once the FBI investigated the operation, they brought federal charges against 33 parents who participated in the plot, including Huffman. She says, they came into my home. Talking about the FBI. They came into my home. They woke my daughters up at gunpoint. Again, nothing new to the Black and brown community. Then they put my hands behind my back and handcuffed me, and I asked if I could get dressed. I thought it was a hoax. I literally turned to one of the FBI people in a flak jacket and a gun, and I went, is this a joke? Back up.
How did they get in it?
Why are we in it?
How
Nothing
did we get
new to the Black and brown community. Have you ever been raided, Amira?
I actually haven't. No.
I don't think I've been raided either. Like,
no, that would be
new to me.
Really new for me.
Also, have you ever seen someone being raided?
No, don't even know anyone who has been.
No, I do, but no,
I've
never seen it. So it's just interesting how we're thrown into this thing that happened to her because she wanted to be the criminal that she is. These are the actual criminals, and when we talk about crime has a face, crime has a color, but when you actually look at actual crimes being committed, it's this. And she's walking around with mail fraud and honest mail fraud. Huh?
They don't hear you, Jaden. They really don't hear you because she's like, I had to do it to give my child a chance. But the truth is that when parents of, let's say, lower funded areas, fudge a little zip code here and there, now they on trial. Now their kids are getting kicked out of school because it's like, I just wanted to send my child to this neighborhood school down the street, but I'm not in that zip code, so I use my friend's zip code and I have handcuffs on. To me,
Right.
now that if you use all of Miss Felicity's quote for that crime, then it'd be like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. You did have to do that. You did have to finesse a zip code so your child can go to a better school with better teachers with better opportunities. This mess she's talking about, baby, why didn't you spend that money to get her a tutor? And then
And
the real question that I have, and we won't spend much time on her either, is did your daughter care? Did she want to go? Because it don't really sound like
no,
she put the
because
effort
she
in.
just wanted the BMW, and you're telling her she has to go to college, and it had to be Yale. And I'm like,
I think
first of all,
Junior needed to step her cookies up.
it said to get she wasn't going to get any college that she wanted to get into, so she was going to get into something. That's number one. Number two, when we're talking about the black child getting and black parent getting mistreated and locked up, these are the top 10 of the students. Like
Mhm,
to pull some
mhm.
elitism into it, these aren't just the students who are in her daughter's position of like, I don't really give a fuck. Like I want the
God
car,
care.
I want the apartment. You can buy me a book, but it's gonna sit on the coffee table. Like I really don't care.
The
We're
books
like
are
the
coasters. Yeah.
students and the parents that are getting in trouble in different community across the water behind the biohazard plant. This is the top student in the class, and it's actually, if he was
Mhm.
to actually be able to fulfill his prophecy and destiny, could cure cancer, could, you know, build the next thing to save the planet. But y'all are so wrapped up in what crime looks like that y'all are willing to lock this mother up for doing what's actually best for her child over Huffman doing literally whatever just because she has the funds to do so, and she gets to bring us into it too. No, this is
It,
exhausting.
I don't even feel like putting my tinfoil hat on to comment about this children being able to fulfill their destiny and not being able to because of like the lack of resources intentionally. I can't even tinfoil hat that because we're already an hour 30 minutes in. So let me just say this. She's also on my list. And like you said, okay, yeah, abolish prisons, but as long as they're around, I guess she can
Keep
be
her
in
in
one.
it,
I guess
and
she can be in one.
then we can really move on. It's just unfortunate, and it's always an awakening, in some way, or not an awakening, a reminder that white people, especially of Huffman's whatever, see black and brown people as the problem. Like all their problems in the world have something to do with us.
Or like they just
When
deserve it. It's
right,
natural to
or
them. It makes
it's
sense.
natural. They do this because they're criminals. Like that's who they are.
That's the
Versus
natural
like,
order of things. It's of course they got rated. They're black. They're
but
brown.
now look who's the criminal now. Like
Hello?
I get to walk past you on my way to actual college while you're being walked out with handcuffs. And I hope when they raided your home, they made you feel a certain way. I hope you felt every black person's feelings as they've been raided for actually nothing. I hope you felt that when they were saying you were touching mail or whatever you were doing. Like my thing is, y'all could have charged her with something
Now.
more.
Come on. Now that gives Desperate Housewife for sure. Speaking of desperate and houses, you went to go see the Renaissance movie, and are you different? Are you the same?
I'm the same, and we can
Because
discuss
I didn't even know
why.
if you saw it because you did seem the same. No
Yeah,
shade.
only because okay, and I'm gonna make this quick. I'm really trying to push past this. Honestly, I need to
Yeah,
move on
because
with
I
my
didn't see
life.
it yet, so we have to move on.
Yeah, we really can't talk about it too much. Me personally, like I said earlier, like I'm in such a motivated space. Usually, when I watch a Beyonce thing, it's like oh, this is so inspiring and da, da, da. And while yes, it was that in some ways, it was more like a battery than anything. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
inspiring for me to like, I I can change the world. It's like you have the plans, go do it. Like put the effort in. Like clearly you see what this looks like. You see you have a blueprint of what it's like to work with a team, to work with other things, how to manage things that are going wrong. Go like put the battery in your back, mama. Um, it was also just I saw the concert twice, and it wasn't much different from that. Like it's
I forgot you saw it
like
twice.
it's the concert essentially. When I went, just for the setting, when I went, my theater was empty.
Oh, bless.
And it was just my row of friends, like the people I came with, and we were able to sing and do the whole nine, whatever, and it was fun. Yeah. I really don't want to get into it because I'll spoil the whole thing for you right now. Issue has occurred with Mother though, where the girls are upset with her about not speaking about Palestine. First, it was the frustration of her having the showing. Hold on. Having the showing.
Speaking of Mother.
Speaking. Go ahead.
Oh,
It's okay.
Okay, so basically it's the first thing was that the movie they did show it in theaters in Israel, and that was the first issue, question mark?
Yeah, basically when the movie was shown like where all the places it would be, Israel was one of them, and the girls were pissed about it, and I, it was also in the outrage, not necessarily like vocally because I also understood like what y'all expect, honestly.
She's a billionaire. What do you expect?
Okay, but she did a deal with AMC. AMC is the what's it called? Like they are the actual distributors
That makes sense.
And they have theaters in Israel. So that's my placement of okay, yes, say something to Beyonce, but say something to AMC. And the girls don't know how to actually protest or like to get their issues heard or listened to because there's no organization. I think a lot of what is missing often is the organization aspects of it. Both her and Taylor Swift are now BDS. They put both of them in a message of like, it's very unfortunate that their movies are being shown in Israel. Though they understand like there's not much they can do. The least they can do is speak up about the issue that are being faced. And I'm like,
a little bit of pushback. It's Beyonce and Taylor Swift. They could. You don't think they could negotiate what's going on with where they're doing what they're doing and how they're doing it?
That's what I said. I said you're trying to tell me the biggest artists in the world cannot say like actually pull my shit from there.
Because it becomes an issue of capitalism. Hello, it becomes an issue of like, well, if you want it out, then you have to do it our way because it is a very powerful system at play. The government and everything. So it's like
thing. It's so many things. Like
they want to make money, so
its own self is so nuanced in like what is happening and what could possibly be happening. I feel like I'm frozen, but at this
you
point,
are. You're frozen, but I can hear you.
Good. So like I'm in a few minds about it because y'all do this to these artists, but like, okay. My thing is, do this to these politicians. Hold their head to the chopping block. Like Beyonce's not going to do it. Oop.
Beyonce ain't gonna do it.
She's not. That
She's
doesn't even
not.
fit her
I'm
brand.
so sorry. And that's a shame that it is like that, like brand. It's like, baby, when do we set the brand aside and just tap into the humanity of it all,
And we're not,
and I'm in two minds about that because it's like, on one hand, Beyonce loves a good move in silence moment where she's silently giving all this money, but we know how things work. There's so much power in speaking out and being vocal about it because when you have such a following, such an influence, you post one little thing. Oh, is Jaden gone? Well, Mother has something to say. You post all of these things. Somebody is bound to have an opinion. Someone's bound to change their mind about something. Oh, Jaden is back. I was just talking while you were gone. You'll listen to it in post. But basically, yeah. And because you missed it, I can't repeat it. Let's just move on.
Yeah. It's
I'm
unfortunate
gonna see it.
to say the
I'm gonna
least.
see it, but whatever.
Yeah. And
did you get a poster?
And that's no, I didn't get a poster, but I got the 10 for the popcorn and a cup.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute. It was very cute. And the movie was good. And it was also like, this is not what we're supposed to be protesting against. Like, yeah, let's do it if we're gonna do it, but y'all not gonna do it. So,
They're not gonna do it because I saw them at Starbucks.
and y'all should have been pissed off when she became a billionaire. Like, don't be pissed off when just at this moment. Like, your outrage is fake because you just don't like that your fave is doing something now that you can't turn away from. But if you actually want to talk about it, then talk about where the issue actually lies, because she's been contributing to problematic things.
You should have been pissed when she was on that Tiffany's commercial wearing that blood diamond.
Should have been pissed
you-
at Rihanna too for her what's it
Her
called being lower
slave
than
labor. What?
But the girls,
Well,
the
listen, I
fashion
haven't
girls,
listened to Wild
that's
Thoughts in
been
a minute,
around.
so that's fine. She been done, and I was mad at her when she got with that colorless man. But that's not that's not
Wow.
here or there, because I know she's like, how did I get in it? Y'all talking about Renaissance, and somehow the bad gal review came into it. But listen, whatever. Anybody can get it. Speaking of getting it, let's move on to Take It or Leave It. That was the catch. You're welcome. Take It or Leave It. This is where Jane and I are like, you need advice. I can feel that. Write into us and we'll give it to you. And because we are but mere 20 somethings, with our advice, you can either take it or ultimately just leave it. And most times we'll let you know, take this, leave that, but it's all viewers' discretion. So for this week, very special, we have an update, third and final update from someone. We have a write-in that was unprompted, just sent to me. I didn't have to do any harassing this week. And then we have somebody was just casually talking and was like, oh yeah, ask that on the pod. So I wrote it down, but I'm going to have to just say it out loud because the way I wrote it was giving hooked on phonics.
Do you want to start with the update?
Let's start with the update. Yeah.
Okay. So this update comes from the
I'm screaming at the first line.
Okay, right. And this update is from when the coworker was messing with the other coworker that had a boyfriend at home, but like they was linking in the car or whatever, and they went to the bar and all that. If you remember, you remember. Hopefully, you do. And she came on to everyone, all the guys at her job and whatnot.
Yes, it was a mess.
So we got you ask and you shall receive. So right after all that went down, Ashley got fired.
What?
Because she was slowing down production and because of the flirting. Gag. I decided to ask Josh myself about. See, and this is what we needed the first time, and I'm so grateful that you did this. I'm so grateful. I decided to ask Josh myself about everything that went down between them since she left. He told me that they never did anything but kiss in the parking lot. This man really lied about what really went down because a few days after that, the convo came up again, and he said she gave him head.
Woo!
I'm gagged. I don't think I read this all the way. I think I just like skimmed the top, and I was like,
"Be surprised." Yeah.
Midway through doing it, she stopped and started talking about her fiance. We make jokes about the two of them to him here and there, and he said he still keeps in contact with her. Shaking my head, I'm not even surprised. It must have been that good.
She got fired for a little kiss in the parking lot.
She got fired for flirting and for slowing down production.
She was being inappropriate. She was being inappropriate and
being inappropriate, but like she was the fun. Like she brought the drama, she brought the tea. Why y'all getting rid of her?
Wait, I'm actually gagged that she got fired. Like I really didn't expect that at all. No one ever seems to ever really get any consequences when they write into this show. It's always just like, and then I paid the bill. Like it's never anybody doing something. She got fired. And she was talking about her fiance while she's sick. Ashley is sick. Check on your strong friends because she's sick.
I live for Ashley though.
No, me too. And also, I'm sick of Josh because
why are you lying?
Spilling my girl's tea and not you lying about it.
That's my thing. Like, why'd you lie? Nothing happened. All we did was kiss in the parking lot. But then later on, you go and tell somebody. So what's the truth? Because
he should get fired too. Shoot,
you know how men are. Men be lying about the sexual encounters with women.
And actually, we really don't even know if what he said even happened.
I think the kiss was true.
No, the kiss can be true, but everything else, like, oh, in the middle of this, she stopped and talked about. She was focused. She had a goal in mind, and I know she saw it through. You
No,
made that up.
you. I'm too quiet. You finished so quickly that all she could do after that was talk about her fiance
It
and how
wasn't
much
the middle,
better he
baby.
was. She realized mid finish after the
Mhm.
3 minutes that it took that she had better at home.
She had better. And that's always the moral of the story. Dang. The fact that this is the last update, I feel like not to be greedy, but it don't have to be.
It don't. Well, she's not there no more. So what they gonna do? Call her?
You think Josh is messy? Clearly, he's messy. Whatever happened with Josh, and what was the friend's name? Ben?
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever happened to their friendship? Hello?
That's a good question.
Because remember, Ashley was talking to Ben. For those of you who are new, she was trying to get with Ben, but Ben said you were not it, sweetie. So she moved on to Josh. That caused a rift. What happened to the original plot of the movie? So writing again, thank you. I'm really grateful for this one though.
I'm grateful you
Okay.
asked questions.
I know.
Like,
I'm
see
really
how things
glad.
when asking questions, what it does, it makes everything
Yeah.
better.
I would say that was good. Like I can't really drag the person that wrote in too much because they did do what was needed.
They did what we requested.
Yeah, we asked to know more and they provided us with more. So keep that up, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't say this. If you have mess that you want to share, but also you need advice on something, you can email us at chilanywaypod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or you can, message us on any of the other social media platforms already mentioned. Or if you have our personal numbers, just do what this person did and write take it or leave it at the beginning, dash, and just write your mess. This is my first time reading this. Not really sure how y'all can help me, but I need someone to hear this. I am an artist and a music lover, so naturally that's what I attract. I'm the type to actually listen to your mixtape if you gave it to me in the parking lot. Why is it that the artists that I attract romantically share their art with me mostly because I ask, and it's never good? And they want me to share my thoughts about it. I will not lie. And I'm not good at sugarcoating. I understand that I understand that art is subjective, but trash is trash. Wow.
That's so cold.
I'm sick of having to be the bad guy. I'm also feeling like, how can I even take you seriously? Can I even take you seriously if this is the bull swank? I'm
not the bull swing.
I think I need to just start minding my business in terms of art, or do I try to avoid artists altogether? Baby, you figured it out right there.
That's it.
You don't need help, sweetie. The answer's right there. Mind your business. And if you can't do that, avoid artists altogether. Because they ain't got no money. Just kidding, just kidding. They might have money. This has me screaming about this whole trash is trash business because that's very real, unfortunately.
Yeah. I would say in like actual response. I want to wait. Is it a mixtape or like are you just using mixtape as an example?
Because I think mixtape might be an example.
Because I want to know what kind of art it is.
I don't know. Is there a different answer for different mediums?
Yes, because like music is very like this is bad versus like a painting. You may find it bad, but someone else may be like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which that's the same thing for music, but music is a little more like this is kind of bad.
There are some rules and some conventions that you do need to. You might
at least like being on key. Like
hello,
you know, being on
this
beat.
is not jazz. Come on, please.
Both of those are broken in jazz.
Yeah, but
then it's like
it still makes sense. It still sounds
you're
good.
calling it R&B, so it can't be that.
Exactly.
But I don't think you should sugarcoat. I think you should critique.
If that's what they're asking for, though, because like if somebody's asking, because to me it's like you might push back on this, but to me, it's like, who cares? What's a little lie? I'm not trying to go
Oh
famous
no, I
from it. I
love.
just was
Oh,
making
I
this
don't.
for fun.
Yeah, but it's
But
also
so
like,
what? Who cares? Yeah, it's good. Put it back in the closet.
but if I'm trying to build a relationship with you,
Oh, okay.
and this is like something you take seriously, this is the thing that you want to make like your primary thing.
Oof.
You're trying to figure out why no one's shopping or no one's supporting, and like you're
Mhm.
going on rants on Twitter about how no one supports you, and it's like everyone else is in their close friends talking about how your art sucks.
Sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
you've done that before, huh?
No. I would never. That's crazy.
Right. Person who wrote this in, your art sucks. Like,
Right. First of all, Jaden, I'm so mad that they said they wanted to be anonymous because I wish I'm gonna tell you after who it is. But
okay.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I feel like it's all about like how you present the information, you know? It's all
Mm,
about tone and delivery. That's all really important. If they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this thing. I've been working on this. This is my life's work." You have to listen. It's the best thing I've created yet, and it's giving skip, 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 no repeats. Then maybe you're like, "Okay, let me know. Like, what was your intention? What sound were you going for?" Because maybe it was giving jazz. Maybe they mislabeled it as
right.
pop, but they meant to put like new
Jazz
jazz
vibe.
alts,
Right.
fun, skiddly bop.
Soundboard.
Hello. Mixing, matching, no master. So you can just be like, oh, what was your intention? What were you going for? I was going for a really smooth, clean sound that was relatable. Okay. Okay.
I
Do you
don't
want to
hear
know what I
that.
think? Do you want to know what I would think? First of all, I'm so proud of you for sharing this with me. Thank you. Ba ba ba. Excellent for getting it finished because it's difficult starting and finishing a project, you know. But
It
would you like to know
is.
what I think about it? You do have to give a little, like you have to already let them know that what you think isn't positive. You have to be like, you can't say, "Oh, do you want to know what I think?" No, 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 because it's giving
No.
like you at the conflict. You'd be like, "Okay, well, you wanna do you wanna hear what I think?" Squint a little, and then they're like, "Oh no, yes, please. Oh no, I don't want to. Yes, tell me, please be honest." Okay, and delivery still is important after that. You can't then say trash is trash. You can just keep that with us. Don't ever tell anyone that an artist ever. So you'll just be like, I think there are, definitely some positives. List the positives if you can find. Then be like some things you can work on. And you also have to include, because people get nasty. And listen, I'm but a mere consumer. I only know what sounds good to a normal person. Everybody's not giving doctorate in mixolydian. Like we're not all
Right.
giving music theory, girl. So it's like, who's your target audience? Professors,
Right.
music professors, or regular people? So I think just with all things, it's about delivery. But also,
Yeah.
first take that, but mostly take minding your business. That's all. That's just minding your business is definitely advice I always would try to take.
But it's like you want to support this person in the art. So then you show up or like people ask you about how their art is. And
Mm.
now you're like, well, I don't listen to it, but you can. Like, huh? But
Oh yeah, that's
but
tricky.
and also like you were saying, it was too much of a buffer for me. I think I'm a little too,
Blunt.
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
bringing the
Yeah.
blunt, Emily Blunt, like, Pink Friday 2 coming out December 8th.
Exciting.
Um,
December 8th?
this week. Well, yeah, this week.
No, yeah, this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bringing the blunt.
Please.
Sorry. And I think I would just be like, I don't think you actually want me to respond. Or no, not that, but like a
Jaden's like,
buffer.
you don't want to hear what I have to
You don't want to
say.
hear what I gotta say because you're not gonna like it. Like, no, not that. But very like, do you actually want my feedback or do you like? I think that's gonna be the thing because some people would say like, let me know what you think, but they're hoping you only think positive things. So when
Me.
you have something, a critique, even if it's a small critique, some people are not ready to hear said thing because they
No.
actually didn't want to hear your opinion. They
I
wanted
didn't
to hear
ask all
your
that.
praise.
Hello?
And it can be, I don't know, like for it to be so bad, girl, it's giving done. Because that means y'all don't have things in common. Sorry. Like
That's
art
what
styles
I'm saying.
is y'all don't have things in common, so y'all need
That's
to
why I
just
said
end
mind
it.
your business. Because it's like, baby, if they can't hear it, they can't hear you. That's what the girls are saying. If they can't hear the beat, they're not snapping with the beat, baby, they can't hear you.
At least Phaedra liked the beat. No, Sheree.
It was nice. What did you think about what? The song. It was good. It was nice.
I like the beat.
I like the beat. Beautiful gowns. So yeah, honestly, that advice is pretty straightforward. If you're out and you're trying to get into something else with somebody else, don't. Because
Right.
baby, check the Instagram first. Check the SoundCloud
No,
first.
baby,
Check the Pinterest
unless you're
board.
meeting them fresh off the stage, don't.
Don't do it. And with AI
At
on the
their
rise,
museum, at their
hello,
thing, unless you are meeting them with their art by them.
don't do it.
Mm-mm.
Go for a different school. Don't do for the arts and humanities. Please avoid.
No,
Please.
and that's for more reasons than just this.
Hello. Sorry, sweetie. So, and we didn't drag that person too bad either. We're on a roll. And it ends here. So this weekend, chatting with some folks, can't say who, this weekend, and they were talking about, this new relationship there with is in parentheses, this new guy for about 2 months, and they talk every day on the phone, FaceTime, every day he gets off work, Then one day it's, they just talked the night before, whatever. The next day it's time to talk and he doesn't respond. He's not responding. She's calling him. He's not answering. She's, which is kind of like, on one hand, it's like, okay, girl, can people be busy for 2 seconds? But I'll save it till the end. Then at like 1:00 in the morning, he calls and he's like, oh, what's going on? She's like, where were you? What's going on? I haven't heard from you all day. He's like, oh, girl, I was asleep. I was busy at work. I was excuse, honey. And they were just, the girl was just really, really stressed. Like, what does this mean? And I talked about it with the people too. And I was like, I don't want to even form too much of an opinion right now because I do want it to be fresh off the press when I get to the recording stage. So I will let Jaden go because I have my opinions. I don't even want to share it because
Questions for you as someone who kind of knows the situation.
Mhm.
Are they together?
It's giving talking. Like I said, it's giving talk. It's giving we're cutesy. We're talking. It never gave label. It never gave ring.
No. It barely even gave date. Is what it sounds
Hello.
like.
It did not give date.
So no, it's a chop for me. He was not asleep till 1 a.m. And even if he was, like, oh well, like, okay. Because did he try to talk to you after 1 a.m. and keep the conversation going till like 4 in the morning?
I don't know. I think
Which that could very well be true. Like, you fall asleep at like 7:30 p.m. and you wake up at 1 a.m. Like that could very well be the case. And you have to pick on whether you're buying that or not.
Yeah.
I could see that being the case though. Like honestly. Like
For sure.
if y'all get on the phone, and I wish do you know the time that they usually get on the phone?
Like right after work. I think the guy gets off work at normal 9 to 5 type hours, or maybe like 7 or something.
Okay.
Like it's just like whenever he used to get off work, they would just chat on the phone. Very routine. I'm saying very routine. 2 months, whatever.
Yeah, but even still, like, we have to stop doing this, y'all. We have to stop doing this thing where we talk to someone with no clear definition of what's going to happen or supposed to happen or what we just want to happen, and then just go based off behaviors and attitudes. Like that's not enough. That's not sustainable because you get your feelings hurt because there was never a precedent set. And I hate that we have gotten to the point where we allow ourselves to deal with things like this. And it's like, state what you want, state what you desire, state what you need. If especially if you're trying to build with someone. How we building something and we don't know we building nothing. Now I'm just walking over. Now I'm just walking over, putting bricks down, and wondering why it's taking so long to build this thing.
I
Or
saw
wonder why you didn't
sticks.
show up today. You didn't show up today to help me put bricks down. And it's like, oh, because we weren't building together. You were just helping me build. See what I'm saying? Like it's a setup. It's a setup for you to get your
Pastor Cohen,
because
boys.
you're not saying what you need. You're not saying what you want, and then you're upset because he's taking a nap, and now your brain gets to run around and make up scenario after scenario after scenario, and you get to talk to your friends, and they get to make up scenarios and throw this in there, and then you have one friend that throws in the truth, and everybody ignores her.
Yeah.
You,
me, because I'm like, girl, it's not deep.
It don't sound deep to me. It sounded like he was asleep.
It really is not sounding deep. Now you let me know if he does it again tomorrow, because today it did not.
Like one day it happened, and then he wakes up and tells you he was asleep. The multiple excuses, okay, but he probably felt like he had to come up with something better than sleep because
right.
But then he gets to pull and y'all. I'm not trying to side with no man, and I don't think I still am. Like I'm not on his side or trying to validate him. As much as I'm saying to you, you're going to have to start saying what you want. You're going to have to start saying what you expect from these talking stages, from these things. When are you going to go on a date? When are you going to require that? When are you going to require that there be a courtship, a actual like you have to take me out. We need to go out. We need to do something. We need to experience things with each other because just texting back and forth. Only thing I've experienced is my data package from T-Mobile. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, only thing I've experienced is the excitement from when your notification pops up. So then I'm put into a place where I only know you through this thing. So when that thing is cut off in any way, now it's the end of the world. But it's like, because you don't know him in the real world. Outside with him, hold his hand, hug him, because then there's a new validation set. I can always rely on this person's embrace. I can rely on this person's presence. But when the presence is through the phone, Juan, he lives in the phone. Or what's he say?
He lives in the phone. Yeah, he lives in the phone.
If you live in the phone, when the phone dies, then what?
Love never dies. No, then you're done. I agree. You're so correct, Pastor. You really gave a good word on today. And amen. That is so true. But like I said, it's really not deep. It's so much more than just like, I can't stand an implied agreement, baby. Let's get explicit. Say exactly what's going on here. And you can't think just because some man is talking to you or some person is talking to you every day, calling you this, calling you that means anything, baby. He's calling everybody that.
Right.
He's talking to everybody. Unless you said, what are we? What is this? Let's, as the kids say, define the relationship. And it doesn't have to be the most weightful definition of wife, mother, spouse. It could truly be, we just, no, please be a little bit more specific than just having fun. But if that's what's going on, you really don't care what he got going on, as long as he comes back to you at the end of the night, then okay, whatever. But definitely let people know what's going on, because, you could be missing out on some fun for yourself if you don't.
And
It saves you a lot of hardship.
The girls be throwing all their chips in one basket. Like everything cannot be. You throwing everything into a basket that the person don't even know they're carrying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even know that you had this expectation of them, so they can't even like prove themselves to you or like show that. Not to say they even have to or they should, but it's like they don't know that they're supposed to be in pulling, like trying to get you to fall in love with that mode or like that mentality. They just literally existing and living and have a person that they can talk to. These are men. Like, why do you forget who they are? Like, these are men. These are straight men. They barely know how to express their emotions. They can barely express that they were asleep to 1 a.m. Like, they can barely do these things. So why are we now looking at them to lead or to take like any type of initiative? Oh.
It's what I say like often, like you should not give people tests they don't know they're taking. You know, he didn't know he was supposed to be your man, your man, your man, your man after work every single day.
And you deserve someone who does know that. Like, and that's the other thing. You deserve someone
Yes, but
who is
people
actively
who
courting you.
want to be that, like you deserve someone who wants that, but people don't just know things, you know, like
No.
especially it depends on the way the relationship starts. Like if you met at a coffee shop or if you met as friends and it's like, girl, I didn't know we transitioned over to besties. I was your barista and now I'm
Right.
your boo. So it's tricky. But I think, yeah, definitely once you should of course go where you're wanted, but also if you want something, you should go for it. So
And that's that.
once again, okay, so this week is a great example of you want advice from us. I would take all that advice from today. Honestly,
same.
us. It's giving grown. If you want to be giving grown with us, you can write in at childinnerapod@gmail.com. It could truly be as simple as how do I develop a better nighttime routine? The only question that's banned is how do I do self-care? That question is banned because you
Yes.
can listen to episodes 1 through 97 and someone else has already asked. So that's that for take it or leave it.
And
Now
for
it's
our
time to take
self-care, we won't be answering that anymore.
No, we won't because that's self-care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Do a face mask, baby. Now it's time for thank me later. This is where
Mhm.
Jane and I are like, girl, did you hear this thing? No? Okay, here you go. You're welcome in advance. Or okay, you heard about it, but whatever, we're gonna talk about it. First up is I was on YouTube in my bed actually. I wasn't at work, strangely, and I stumbled across XXL had an all women rap cipher, and I love something random that people don't know or wouldn't get. It's not about me. I love a freestyle rap battle. I
Mm.
love a battle. Me and my sister used to watch Queen of the Rings battles on YouTube all the time.
Same.
You know, Queen of the
Same.
Ring,
The girls
Queen
know
of
Queen of
the
the Ring.
Ring. I used to love Queen of the Ring, and I was after this. I was like, I need to get back to the ring.
Me too.
I need to get back to the ring. If you're not sitting up in your room with a random beat going over your lyrics, because you got to be ready for war at any point, then you're not
point.
real. You're not real. Now these aren't. I'm assuming these are not freestyles, but I do still love a rap moment. They had a rap cipher curated by Lotto, and I did click on it originally because I'm good for a scroll. I clicked on it because Flo Milli was in it.
Absolutely.
And she delivered. And another artist who I don't
Monaleo.
know. Yeah, is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Monaleo. I'm so glad you said it because I did not want to have to guess.
Monaleo.
She killed it.
Yes.
It was so funny. It was so clever. It was so good. I'm like, dang, I'd listen to her more. There was other people there that I didn't know before. Maya the Dawn.
Love her.
Somebody else. Her name is Mellow Bucks. Maybe the girls know her, but I'm just learning about her. But it was just so much fun. It was a really fun vibe that they had in the stew. They were just, cheering each other on and laughing and being playful and hyping each other up. And that's what it's all about. Like Queen Latifah said, unity. So there's that. The next one is while I was on YouTube, I kept scrolling. Yeah. I kept scrolling, and you'll like this one, Jaden. To my surprise, The Voice is still on.
Why?
I didn't know. And Reba McEntire is a judge.
Oh yeah, okay, I did know this.
I'm like, okay, single mom who works too hard.
2 jobs.
Okay. She loves her kids and she never stops. With a gentle hand and the heart of a fighter. She's a survivor. Amen. An artist on The Voice. I think he's on John Legend's team. His name is Mac Royal. He sings formerly titled Untitled, but How Does It Feel? By D'Angelo. And oh my gosh, it was so good. Now, this is one of those songs that the R&B boys, they're going to love to sing it. They're going to be like, I can sing, let me show you with this song. but he was so good. His voice and his vibe was giving me a mix of like Samo and like
Ooh.
Avery Wilson visually, like their child visually. Vocally, just Samo. But it was so good. I was like, come on, come on, come on. Excellent. I'm gonna have to download that on Apple. The next one is I was on
Also
YouTube,
YouTube.
y'all.
Like,
I was
girl, get
really
off of YouTube.
I was really on YouTube. I had to catch up, but also it's accessible. It's the most accessible streamer. So here's the next one. Sterling K. Brown, who's not homophobic, who's just an icon, was on Hot Ones, which is like a show. I think the catchphrase or the tagline is something like with hot questions and even hotter wings or something like that.
Yeah,
Basically just like an
that's it.
interview show.
I love
Yeah.
that show.
I love
It's so good. It's so entertaining.
and Sterling K. Brown, he was an excellent guest, team player like crazy, polished every bone on the set. Yes,
Ooh.
even the last dab. And he claiming he breaking all these sweats. I'm like, baby, the skin's not. It's just giving glow from the
It's
day.
moisture from within.
Hello, it's giving Shay. So it was just such a good episode. It was so funny, and he just. I'm scared to speak about it because you know what happens. You know what happens when we speak about men on the show positively.
I wouldn't, honestly.
So then, yeah, I can't even speak about it. Just watch the episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of someone you mentioned earlier, I'm probably gonna watch all of those. I didn't watch the full thing because the girls who I wanted to see, I saw their clips on Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah. But Mac Royal, I'm gonna listen because A, I love the voice. 2, I love singing, and 3, I love that song.
Yeah.
And Sterling K. Brown, classic, especially on Hot Ones. Not too much. But I mentioned Flo Milli earlier. If you have been on TikTok, if you have been on social media, then you have heard he's sweet and then Rafe all his hand in my coochie. He touching the Emilio pooch. Whatever. It's a sound from.
Oh, I heard my students saying that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Flo Milli sound. Basically, it was a song that Flo Milli had that someone put a different beat underneath it, a beat from another song. Nice. And the song, she made a TikTok to the song and everyone gagged. And it honestly took too long for it to come out, but I'm obsessed with it. I really don't care what people are talking about. Like people, they love trying to bring up streams, but I'm like, I really don't care. Amazing. And every time I put it on, I feel like a porn star or like a dancer. Like for some reason, I just am entranced with like this beat, this groove, this you just gotta bop and throw a little something. I'm about to play it after this. Every time I like every time I enter a new space, I play the song. Like it has to set the tone for my room. Next, Tyla is dropping an album. Tyla, y'all know Miss Water. She's dropping an album. It's a self-titled album, but currently she has a few tracks already listed. They've all been previewed somewhere like in her promo, or she did a colors performance of On and On. And so far it's Water, Truth or Dare, that are you playing to the day, everything. And then Butterflies, which is a more like pretty melodic song. And then On and On, which if you listen to it, I want you to listen to it. It's hard because listen to it now. Pause this. Listen to it now, and then wait for what I'm about to say. Not you. I don't really care. Tell me that you can't sing Rock the Boat over that beat. Like, and I don't think you have to change keys. You don't have to change them. Like how the song is set up, you'll even want, like, especially if you start thinking about it. Every time I hear the song, I'm like, "Never we can float." Like every time, like if it's perfectly in it. Ugh, Tyler, you are coming, mama, and I'm waiting for you right here, just like this. Last thing, get a book light. Like, how many times are you in the bed reading your book? Well, a lot of people will be like, not at all, but reading your book with the light on. what? When you doze off, you want to be able to just to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get the book light. Honestly, you may read more with the illumination of the words. And you can do it from your bed. You don't have to turn all the lights on. You can be in solitude and silent, have a little Andre 3000 album playing in the background or some other ambient music, and then read your book, candle going, tea beside you, fireplace cooking, like a pastry or two. Like, I don't know, like reading your book with a book light. What?
That's grown. That's grown. Jaden, while you're getting her to quiet down, let me just say this. It's later. Thank you. I've said this off the pod. I didn't explicitly say thank you, but I just do need to say thank you because Mr. Three Stacks Loop. I have listened to Andre 3000's new album, I would say every night since you suggested it, give or take like 2 or 3 when I was like staying with my mom. And then I told my sister to do it. She texted me the next day, like, I've had the most vivid dreams that I haven't been able to dream in so long.
Do you put the album on repeat?
Yes.
Oh, wow. It played one time and then and it didn't get to finish because it was a nap. So like I wasn't even able to like fully dive in. I might have to do it tonight.
No, you do, because Jaden, I don't know about if you're like a in the middle of the night girly, but like you wake up in the middle of the night and then you're like gone again. Sometimes, like if you're not, sometimes with me, I'm like, great, now I gotta find my way back by Beyonce to sleep. Or, and this is what I've noticed, whenever my alarm goes off and I want to snooze for 9 minutes, girl, it's giving full REM cycle. I'm like, why did that 9 minutes feel like I went through the whole REM cycle? Like I'm feeling refreshed. I am gonna hit snooze again. But I was feeling refreshed. Oh my gosh, you have to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do it tonight.
You have to. Oh my gosh, thank you.
I think I did it last night actually. Like I hit play. I put a phone like on the like the thing next to me, and I had it low. And I was gone in seconds. I didn't even finish the first song.
No, I have no idea what the last. I don't know what the song sounds like. I really don't. I know the first 5 notes of the first song. I have no idea I don't even know what the songs are called.
Yeah, honestly, truly, and that's good for you.
He could be rapping in it. I don't even know.
No, well,
he could be singing. We don't know. No one's heard the end, but I just had to say thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for giving me that, because now I'm going to do that tonight and have some good sleep. But for now, this has been an episode of Ciao. Anyway,
you have the honor and privilege of listening to Ciao Anyway, literally wherever you get your podcasts.
We drop new episodes every week, except for last week. We're just not going to talk about that.
Like, share, subscribe, rate, and please review. Then pop on over to, what's this app called? YouTube, where you should subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video.
I can't even look her way right now. Go, while you're on YouTube, after you watch us, go watch the XXL All Women Rap Cypher. I'm not saying who it was done by, but Mac Royal on The Voice singing Untitled / how do you feel? Wait, how does it feel? Go to the Hot Ones page and watch Stolen K Brown along with several other ones like Maya Rudolph, like Megan Thee Stallion, like
that was fun.
Viola Davis,
Keke Palmer was fun.
Keke Palmer, I was gonna say. Never lose. Go stream "Never Lose Me" by Flo Milli, and do it somewhere where you can get your little dance. Oh my god! Driving the car, sitting in my bathroom, it just pulls the dancer out. Go play the songs that Tyler has released. Her project is coming soon. I don't remember the date. Hello, Pink Friday 2 coming on December 8th. If you're listening to this, it's out. Also, go stream My House by Beyonce. She's problematic right now.
Yeah.
Go stream it, honestly. And get you a book light. Because, girl, I know you want to read so bad, but you're not setting yourself up for success. Get you a book light. For clear skin.
Bye.